All right, and welcome back to another exciting episode of PlanetGenX Reacts to the Ahsoka series. Yes, episode 4. And
Title?
it's calling Fallen Jedi.
Fallen Jedi.
That's right. I'm Sean, this is Brian. And today,
Hello?
we're happy to be here to talk about this episode, which was a pretty decent episode. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It didn't drag on. It didn't. I don't know that it furthered too much, though.
It did for me. It hit a lot of things, but we'll talk about it as we go through.
Sure. We open up. They're on the planet, and Huang's outside there working on the ship, and you see Ahsoka's out there just kind of staring, like some, Zen master.
Yeah.
In deep thought or something like that. But yeah, so you can tell she's getting a sense for something. And she even mentions to Huang, however you say it, Huang, that keep an eye out or be careful or something like that. Or, I think it was like keep.
Well, he suggests like them staying together, and
that comes when they're actually leaving to go out towards the on their little adventure.
Yeah, like the same scene later.
Yeah,
basically.
Right. The thing I thought was weird about it, right, though, so she goes in and they have like this little old Sabine moment, and she sees her being like distracted or whatever. But what gets me is, okay, so she's this Jedi, she's out there, she knows something's there. She tells him keep an eye out, but yet she can't feel this impendingness coming up. I don't know. I had a little bit of an issue with that. I thought she should have known that there was something outside right then.
One of the things for me in this episode, I took a leap in the suspension of disbelief right off the bat. I was just like, nothing. This is my theatric experience of this, and it worked until I started seeing those bad volume backgrounds.
Yeah.
Which I wish they would do something about.
My wife asked me a question, man. She's like, does Hera ever change?
Nope. Same outfit.
Yeah, I'm like,
ever since scene 1.
Yeah.
Bitch hadn't changed in years.
And I mean, that was animated. You think they could have gotten away with doing different kind of character? Well, I guess that costs money too, just as much.
Yeah, you got to hire animators for that shit. You know this.
Well, not even the animators, just coming up with the the concept art and stuff like that. That's all going to cost as much, if not more.
Right.
But she's right though, man. I would like to see Hera, get into something different. I don't know if you go into her closet and there's like 10 versions of the same outfit or something, but
right.
She needs to
the Ernest closet.
Yeah, man. I mean, she brought up a valid point. It is a little annoying because, I think we've seen every other character change clothes at some point.
I mean, Ahsoka has that same thing. Like, a big part of her are the close-up shots, so it's actually part of her body that makes a thing. But she's often wears the shawl. She took it off in this episode, right?
Yeah.
And she's outfitted in the same boots all the time. Most of the underside is probably changed stuff, but overall, her outer visage, uniform.
Yeah, it's pretty much been the same. Of course, that's a Jedi. I mean, I can kind of get that because they adopt just kind of one look, basically. They get these robes.
Jedi branding, man.
Yeah, and they're in this robe. But, I mean, Hera's she could wear whatever she wants to wear, and she chooses to wear the same getup.
Can we talk about how smelly Carson's cockpit is?
Yeah, I know. Well, I do have a note here. It's nice to see Carson kind of linking up all the series together.
I'm pretty sure he survived, right? We're getting ahead of
definitely. I have the note right here. Yeah. So
there was
we
a call
can assume that he's okay because he's not a main.
He's got that second grade of plot armor. It's not quite Beskar, but it's like Beskar is here, that's there.
I think he'll be all right. I mean, at least for the interim, he'll make it to the movie. Let's put it that way. He might die in the movie.
He may die at some point, but not this early.
Or maybe he's the new Wedge Antilles.
I'm down for that.
And lasts just for the whole time.
Old fat.
In fact, wait a minute now. That brings up a good point. How come we haven't seen Wedge? Like, Wedge hasn't died? He didn't die in Jedi. Now, if you start pulling apart comics and stuff like that, because I know there's lots of comics and stuff about that.
Well, didn't he? I thought they like explained that away in one of the comics. Unfortunately, I don't remember because I didn't read them.
That's not canon. So, I would like to see Wedge.
Okay.
I want
call Filoni, make it happen.
I want to see Wedge. I think
let's take a road trip to Atlanta next week.
Are they filming over? Is that where they're doing a lot of filming?
Isn't that where the volume is?
I have no idea, bro. I know that
Atlanta's turning into studios
LA
outside of Atlanta.
Yeah, I know they're Atlanta's little. It's like Eastern LA, not East LA.
Not with the.
But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
Angeles, I can't talk with this fucking mouth device.
So we see Sabine getting into. My wife was asking me too, like, is Sabine a Jedi or going to be a Jedi? I was like, well, we don't. Nope. I mean, she's like, I said she's a Padawan. Like right now, I guess, but
on a time,
and she's using these damn blasters against Jedi weaponry, man. It's just I'm like, come on already. So the note is like, she finally pulls the saber, thank God. Even though she sucks with it, it's still way better than blasters.
She sucks because she does have martial prowess in general, so she doesn't suck as bad as she could with the lightsaber, right?
Yeah, and of course the dark saber is unwieldy in certain ways anyway.
Right.
I don't think she ever connected with it appropriately.
She didn't. I think she was a child when it was around.
Yeah.
Right? A wee little babe.
Yeah, probably. Well, she had it for a minute, before she gave it to what's her name.
Yeah. I want to interrupt here and just say I watched this in its entirety. I sat down. Well, laid down. I laid in my bed, turned it on. Everything else was off. All I could hear was the computer and the really quiet parts and the TV. And I enjoyed the shit out of it. So far as the soundscape was concerned in this episode, 10 out of 10 for me.
Cool.
I was there for it. One thing that I really enjoy, if you recall in Mando, in the very first episode of Mando, and a couple of times throughout the 3 seasons, they dropped the score from the not title, but the the little droid thing.
The little pre-title thing.
Yeah,
Stinger, the Disney Stinger.
Yeah, the Stinger. Thank you. Yeah, I love that. I love it when it's quiet. I especially love it when it kind of like fades into the scene from that.
Yeah.
So yeah, right off the bat, it was hitting.
Well, what's funny is we skipped that, so I didn't even see. I didn't even get to see it because it gives you an option to skip it, and I'm like, okay, well, we've seen.
They have not done the score yet in Ahsoka with that, and I love it. Also, they've been splitting up the star chart thing that they've been doing. They had it at the beginning of this one and at the end.
Oh, okay.
And I sat through both of them, and I wasn't sure about it at first, but I'm on board.
Well, I thought we lost you for a minute. There was a big hiccup right there, but
yeah, I'm getting a little bit. Can we take just like a quick break if you want to?
All right. Yeah, we had a little hiccup there, but no big deal. We'll carry on as always. Yep. So they had that battle right with the chick. The evil chick Jedi. I don't know her name. I can't even.
Shin.
Shin. Right. Yeah, Shin.
Shin and Bail. No, sorry, Bail.
Oh well, you're talking about the old dude.
Yeah. Ray.
Yeah. What was his name? Was it Lord Balin? Balin. Lord Balin. I just said it and it came out.
Yeah.
When her and Marok got out there and fought, and he got his ass kicked pretty good by Ahsoka, which is
pretty quick too, right?
Yeah. He thought he was
easy
going to
peasy
badass with that fucking their little spinny sabers that all the Inquisitors have.
Yeah.
What the fuck was going on with him,
from
dude?
An Inquisitor, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, that's an Inquisitor saber for sure.
Right, but I think it was from. I think it was a relic. But what were you saying?
So she sliced him open, and then all of a sudden he like gasses out of himself. I'm like, okay, wait a minute now. That pisses me off because now I gotta know what the fuck was he all about.
Space vampire.
Yeah, I mean we're never gonna know, and that was. I hope they do something about that. We're never gonna know what, unless he like shows up again. That would be.
I got a meme I want to send you again.
All right. Speaking of memes, yeah, everybody fucking. Dave Filoni got on that quick about Starkiller and how wrong everybody was, man. Well, no Ezra, no Starkiller, nothing, not even close.
Yep.
And he's laughing too because he knows this episode dude dies. Mm-hmm. That's what makes it even funnier.
He's loving this shit.
I think he knew it though. I mean, when you do Marok and then Marok very very close together, he had to know that he was playing everybody just for fun.
Yeah, that was another thing about this episode. It really felt like it had a lot of Filoni's fingerprints on it, as opposed to the others.
Yeah, no doubt. That kid saying, I got a bad feeling. I'm like, come on, man. If you're going to do it all. Do it good. Go for the gusto. I got a bad feeling about this. You know?
Well, I don't know. Wasn't that a line?
It's the line. Yeah. It's the line, and it's in almost all of them.
The callbacks in this are all kind of like I'm kind of meh about all of them. You know, I'm aware of them, but I don't really have like an emotional response of any kind to it. I'm just like, all right, come on.
Yeah, I get that for sure. And they seem to be too gratuitous to me.
I agree.
There's way too many of them. Yeah. How the hell did Ahsoka get in the world between worlds?
This time or the last time?
This time. I mean, I'm like, what the, did she die? Did somebody pull her in? We hear Anakin's voice.
I mean, she meets her master, right?
Yeah, she gets to meet Anakin. So what does this mean? What are we, is it a dream?
Is it Anakin?
Yeah,
is there a spoon?
Who knows what's going on anymore?
Right.
The de-aging.
It's the world between worlds, man. Anything's possible.
The de-aging on him, I appreciate it. I appreciate the software. I really do. Yeah. But man, did it look bad.
Yeah.
It was way bad.
Okay, so can we bitch? Can we have a little bitch session?
Have a bitch, because I wonder what. I mean, I wanted to see if maybe he could just be himself, like not without the de-aging. And let's try it that way and see what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, fucking. Ray Stevenson is a mature Jedi, right, or former Jedi.
Yeah.
And Count Dooku was great. Christopher did awesome as expected.
I guess so far as they just have to put it in like that same time period because of the Force.
We paid for it is the way I look at it.
Well,
right?
Can't we say that Force Ghosts just kind of age or whatever? Like they kind of look like as if they were aging or something like that. I mean, I don't know.
Unfortunately, in canon, what we've seen on screen, they do not.
Yeah.
They only change.
They've kind of changed that though, because like the young Anakin wasn't in it. They had the Sebastian Shaw playing the old Vader, and then they changed him into young Anakin to kind of say, hey, wait a minute. Now I guess it takes the Force ghosts of when you were last heroic or some shit like that.
We still don't understand a lot like Force ghosts.
Yeah. And then with that constant revision of stuff, you think you understand it, and then you find out, oh, I was wrong. I've been told I was wrong.
So, I guess she dies, or I don't know if she dies. Maybe she drowns.
See, I thought she was in water at first. I thought she was like actually underwater.
Supposed to be that way. I took it from this. She was shoved off the cliff, went into the drink.
Right.
Actually did physically drown. She inhaled water.
Right.
Passed out, had this holy experience, and that's what got her to the world between worlds.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah.
And now we don't know.
Well, and now we'll have to wait to find out.
Next episode.
Yeah. So, we've been giving these things a little star rating. Overall, I'll let you go first. You seem to like this one, it seems, right?
I mean, just to be safe, I'll say 4.5 of 5.
That's strong, man. Yeah. That's very forgiving.
I would give it 5, but I'm like, there were things I don't like the CG, basically.
Yeah. Well, that's high praise from you because you're pretty stingy with the stars sometimes.
I'm a Filoni fanboy. I like fanboys.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I'd give it like a 4.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
all
a
right
good
with that.
episode.
Yeah,
Solid
there's nothing wrong
episode.
with
They
it.
should have led with it, but it wouldn't have made sense, right?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to leave with this one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm of the school that we need to start being way more patient with our fandom, especially with the way TV comes at us nowadays. We've got to start waiting for it to get like 3 or 4 episodes in, because this stuff, they require so much setup. And this goes back to the end of time, man. Like, I can remember watching stuff like the original Star Trek The Next Generation. Boy, it's a hard watch, you know?
Yeah. Well, the first season,
The
right?
first season and part of the second season. The second season is a lot better compared to the first.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, it gets a stride. And Star Trek's notorious for having that, for having not getting its stride until about the 3rd season. And that's kind of how all shows are. Some get lucky,
well, I mean,
you know, some get a little head start, but most you don't really fall in love with them right off the bat. That's a rarity.
TNG was lucky because they broke the second season curse, right?
Yeah.
They gained more popularity in their second season, but they continue to improve all throughout, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, and had it not been Star Trek and had the fandom following it had, any other show, it would have been canceled.
Agreed. Yeah.
No doubt. So the fans save it because we spend money.
Yeah. What else are you going to do with it, right?
Yep, that's it, man. Spend it on some fan stuff.
Can't take it with you.
Geeky stuff, yeah. So, yeah, great episode, and I look forward to seeing how the rest unfolds. What more we'll see of Anakin, if this was all we'll see of Anakin, you know. Just
no, I guarantee you we're going to see him next episode.
Jerk me off till the very end and don't release.
Well, they won't, because I will say this. I'm putting it down right now. We will see 1 to 2 scenes of Thrawn this season.
Right.
Sometime towards the end.
Yeah, I swear I feel like we've said that. Have we not said that already? Because, yeah, I feel
we've mentioned it, but it seems more cement after this. It seems like this season's really going to focus on Balin and Shin and Sabine and Ahsoka.
And the whole Thrawn held over our heads to make us watch because they know we want it.
Yep.
And they're gonna give it to us right at the end. Yeah, I agree.
You called it.
Because they want to
they want viewership.
Yeah, and I think they want, at least want to take this at least another couple seasons to get.
Yeah, well,
I think his movie comes out in what, like 2025 or something like that. 2026.
There's time. There's time for another season, maybe even a third.
Exactly. Well, like assuming they get off these strikes, there'll be time.
Yeah.
You know, that could be the only kicker.
Fingers crossed,
yes. Right? Yeah, I think it's time that somebody made a move.
I agree.
I think both sides have made their point. But anyway.
Same. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, it's time to move on. Everybody needs to make their money, man. Make their paper. Come on.
Yeah.
That's what
Speaking
it's all
of moving on,
yeah.
One thing we forgot to mention at the beginning.
Snag. You said, go ahead.
Hit that like button.
Hit that subscribe button.
Leave us a comment, please.
Yeah, because, you know, we want to know that we have live people listening and not a bunch of bots that like to watch geeks talk about Star Trek and stuff like that.
And speaking of live people, we got news. We should drop a little bit on this. We'll open with it on the next one. But we might have a guest host coming up, maybe. Fingers crossed. We'll see.
Yeah, we're trying to see if we can get him online. But, yeah.
And is it October or November that'll be our 30th episode?
No, we've already hit past 30th.
Was it 30th?
33 now.
Oh, wow.
30th
I missed it.
is, yeah, you're way off, bro. The 30th is the one that never aired.
I was just counting show notes.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
Yeah, no, I it's the one that only had one-sided conversation. So instead of doing a new episode 30,
so maybe episode 40 we might have a guest star. And I'm trying to convince. Are you on this side?
Yes, I am.
Trying to convince this guy over here to open it up so that maybe we can get some moderators, some live chat going while we do the broadcast. We'll keep you guys in the loop.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if we get any crazy people coming in live.
I'm sure we will. It'll be a blast.
Yeah. So cool. Yeah. So as always, be excellent to each other, and we'll see you on the flip side. Peace.